Ever wonder what it's like to live in Central Texas? This is the channel for you. Today I'm your host, Paul Horn. I'm a native Texan as well as a local resident of Central Texas for about 18 years. Truly love it out here. The lakes and rivers of the hill country, all the way to the streets of Austin, Texas. Couldn't imagine living anywhere else. And I'm happy to bring this video to you today. I'm going to go over the small town of Wimberley, Texas. Now this town holds true and dear to my heart from the first time I went there 13 years ago with a good friend just for a day of swimming, all the way till now where I have the honor of being a carrier in the area for about 3 years. So I've learned every little nook and cranny and back road that there is. Stick around to the end of the video as I'm going to give you 3 reasons on why this town might not be the best. So without further ado, let's get into it, and let's just start off by taking a little ride around Wimberley, Texas, shall we? You can see it's gorgeous country out here, full of hills, full of cedar trees. Town overall is only about 9 square miles, but when you include unincorporated Wimberley, it is quite a huge area. Now, Wimberley, Texas is located about 40 miles southwest of Austin, Texas, and then about 62 miles northwest of San Antonio. The town's population is about 2,900, though the Woodcreek subdivision is considered its own town of about 1,500. So I would say when you combine the two, you're looking close to 5,000 people. Let's get into things to do in Wimberley, Texas. And what better place to start than Wimberley Square? Wimberley Square is more of the weekend getaway for the family or for you and the significant other. Definitely more of the touristy spot of town and where a lot of people go to just spend the weekend. As you can see, walking around the square here, it's full of just little shops. Most of it's everything you find is going to be local. There's not very big name brand shops out here. So you got small boutiques, you got other coffee shops and restaurants, jewelry shops, things of that nature all around the square. Again, just a great place to go hang out for any weekend or any just getaway day. During the week, it's probably even the best because there won't be a ton of people out there. If we go walk the back side of Wimberley Square, there's a beautiful little creek that runs through it called Cypress Creek. The creek is aligned with just gorgeous old cypress trees, and it's a great little hike area if it's nice and cool out. One of these trees is hollowed out, I'm guessing from floods. Just pretty cool. It's a spot where a lot of people go and take photo ops for the day. You can squeeze 3 or 4 people in there, it looks like to me, but it's a cool little spot to go and walk whenever you're done doing your shopping around the square or whatever you're doing around the area. Now, right up from the Cypress Creek is Blue Hole, which is a popular swimming spot in the area that you actually have to book for the day. Fortunately, I don't have any footage of it for you. It's the off season right now, so it's closed, but it's a very popular swimming area. Check it out. I'm sure you can find more info about it online, and another great day spot. Now, when you're out in Wimberley, one thing I'd like to go over is the boots. There's little statues of boots all over town, and it represents the best of in Wimberley. As you can see here, I've got a picture of the boot in front of the Wimberley Pharmacy, and then out at Old Oaks Ranch. Old Oaks Ranch is a wedding venue with a beautiful old school type chapel on it, and it's right on the Blanco River. It's a gorgeous spot. If you're thinking about getting married in the hill country, I highly suggest looking into that spot and seeing what they can do for you. I know I personally would love to get married out there. I couldn't imagine what it would be like being able to jump in the river or something after the wedding. But anyways, we're gonna go on up the street now from the Old Oaks Ranch to A7 Ranch / Pioneer Town. Now this is actually the first spot that I was taken to on my first trip in Wimberley. It's right there on the Blanco River still, and as you walk through, you can see that Pioneer Town is like an old little western town, pretty much recreated. It's pretty cool. We've got the old opera house and just all sorts of, there's a gift shop in there, things to do of that nature. And then when you're done with that, you can walk on back to the backside, and there's the actual A7 Ranch Resort. It goes for about $190 a night, or you can just go for a day pass visit for about $15 a day. Shout out to them for letting me get this footage. I really appreciate it. It's been one of my favorite spots to go the entire time I've been going to Wimberley, Texas. So get on down by the river there. Again, it's lined with huge cypress trees, and this is the first spot that I ever went with a good friend of mine, Clay, and we would just hang out, drink beer, grill, listen to music, and just enjoy ourselves. Usually we go during weekdays, so there wouldn't be a lot of people out there, and we would text each other all the time about how great of a spot it was and how much we couldn't wait till it was time to go back. So definitely shout out to check out when you're around that area, the A7 Ranch. And then while we're at it, and if you're enjoying the video, enjoying the footage, click or subscribe. Any feedback, any comments would help, and we'd love to hear from you. All right, moving along with things to do in Wimberley, Texas. Every first Saturday, they have the Lions Market, which is full of local vendors and music, wine tastings, things of that nature. The market is free. It's a $5 donation to park, and it's something to definitely look out for every first Saturday of the month. Now, as we get to that end of town, I want to take you on a little hike up Old Baldy. Now, when you get to Old Baldy, it's about 218 steps to the top. So bring some water with you. There's no shade, not much to get to the top, but it's a great photo opportunity place. And just to get an overall view of the hill country. As you can see, once we get to the top, you just feel like you're on top of the world. And you just get a great view of Wimberley. Now I'm going to go into Wimberley School District. Wimberley School District is pretty high rated. They've got great test scores. They're all pretty close together. They are an independent school district like most of Texas, Wimberley ISD. The high school is a 4A school with local football team, the Texans, who do pretty good every year, and they usually always end up going to a state game. They have a great stadium out there. As you can see, I've got footage of the Texans stadium. So it's a big thing for the town. Friday night lights in Texas. What else to do? Start going over some of the average home prices for if you're looking to move in that area. The average home price in the area is about $538,000 at the current moment, which is up about 2.4% from current years. As far as style of housing goes, you pretty much have it all out there. Woodcreek's more of your basic subdivision homes with open floor plans, anything like that. But when you're looking into the more rural ranch areas, you got your log cabin type styles and your farmhouse homes. Now those go for quite a bit, just depends on the acreage, but a lot of them are well over the $1 million range. But if that's something that you can afford and you're looking to live in the hill country, I would highly recommend it. Homes and land are definitely being built constantly out there. Stuff's being subdivided and more is being added on to the Woodcreek subdivision. So there is plenty of opportunity to find your dream home out there if that's something that interests you. And feel free to reach out to us for any help with that. Click or subscribe. Any feedback, any comments would help, and we'd love to hear from you. So now I'm going to go over 3 reasons why Wimberley, Texas might not be the place for you. And first and foremost is the accessibility. There's just not much accessibility out there. There is no public transportation of any kind. There's no real major highways that go through the town. And that being said, I expect a higher cost of living because the trucks have to travel a little further to get supplies to the town. So gas prices, grocery prices, things of that are much higher. Also, there's not much healthcare in the area, so if you really need like an emergency room or anything like that, you have to pretty much travel to San Marcos, which is about 15 minutes away. So that would be my number 3 reasons not to live in Wimberley. Moving on to number 2 is the same. It is a very small hill country town, and for the younger generation, if you have a family, I just don't see there being a lot for the younger kids to do. Of course, during the summer months, you have the swimming and hiking and things like that, and football during the school year. But other than that, there's just a lack of things for the younger generation to do. There's no skating rinks, there's no movie theaters, nothing like that for them to really just pass the time. So that would be my number 2 reason. And then the number 1 reason overall would definitely be if you're looking for that hill country town that you just have all to yourself, this is not the place for you. Wimberley does have a lot of events, as I said earlier, like the market every first Saturday and then the square. So it's very touristy. The weekends get very full out there. It's overall, a lot of people come through on the weekends. So be prepared for that if you're going to live out there, going to share the town. But that's what keeps that town alive is the tourism that comes through because it is such a lovely town to live in. So in closing, Wimberley, Texas is a truly amazing town. And I definitely keep it local out there. Just about everything you'll find out there is locally owned and operated. There's a just great sense of community and being. That's what I personally love about the town, and I'm blessed to be out there just about every day, being a carrier and really getting to know the town and different folks. If Wimberley, Texas is something that you want to see, whether or not you go in for a day, a week, or even planning on moving there, I would highly recommend checking it out a little more. Feel free to reach out to us at the Hutchison Property Group. We're brokered by EXP Realty. We like to make all your Central Texas living dreams come true and find the perfect home for you in this area. Click subscribe to this channel. We have more videos to come, and please let us know if there's any towns in the area that you want to see or know more about. We'd love to shoot some video out there and get some knowledge more of the Central Texas area for you guys. So until the next video, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Y'all have a good day.